The staple to any piece of media is the introduction. As much as we hate writing them, whether it be from a note, a piece of English homework, or the opening of a YouTube video about an early 2000s sports anime that gets released every month due to the writer's terrible ability to manage his YouTube videos? Hey, that's me. Hey everybody, I'm MF Leroy, or if you know me from Insta, which is highly unlikely, that's Spartan Samurai. And I'm your guy for a video essay on any form of entertainment media, whether it be a comic, an anime, a manhwa, or that one cartoon show that you forgot about. I will most likely cover it in a hopefully smoothing tone. So if that sounds like your cup of boiling tea juice, a like, comment, subscription, anything is highly appreciated over here. And today I'm gonna cover yet again Hajimenoippo and what I believe to be one of the key features that make this show so perfect. Okay, enough fourth wall breaks. Let's get back to one of the best sports manga and anime of all time. For all those who are new, whether it is to Hajimenoippo, my channel, or both, this marvelous piece of work made by George Morikawa is a boxing sports anime which is generally centered around Ippo. Note down how I said generally, as in this show there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of great characters that all get their time to shine. I'm looking at you, JJ. Give my goat Kusakabe a spin-off now! I'm joking, but seriously. Anyway, today's focus will be on Hajimenoippo, but specifically how it does such a great job at drawing in the attention of viewers in just a small amount of time. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to Hajimenoippo is its ability to misdirect. The capability to implement good misdirection into a show has become more and more sparse, especially in the anime community, where there used to be interesting plot twists, shocking turns of events, and course-turning moments, have now been replaced with mundane, flatline, and outright expected conclusions. And I do not believe this is 100% the fault of the mangaka or author. Us as fans now have more control over the shows and their outcomes than ever before. Except from Jujutsu Kaisen fans, they are not getting a good outcome. And I think this is due to the passage of time leading to the growth of the anime community. There are groups of people who will go out of their way to bully authors or mangakas just because person A didn't match up with person B, or plotline A didn't carry out the way that viewer 10,064 wanted it to happen. And that's why I have such a deep respect for George Morikawa, especially through his work on Hajimenoippo. He is able to integrate twists throughout the series that are able to feel natural and realistic without becoming easy to predict. Moments like Vogue's fight against Sendo, Miyata's loss against Mashiba, and even the first appearance of the Dempsey role are all jaw-dropping moments that are all able to use misdirection to its fullest capabilities and potential. And these are not the only examples of Morikawa littering his anime with moments that can change the tide of the series without feeling forced. But I think I've been able to convey the importance of misdirection. Let's get on to the next point. Character significance. By this I mean how important a character is to the show. When watching a lot of shows nowadays, they usually keep characters in defined roles and situations. And so when those roles are filled or completed, they are either forgotten about or even worse, written out of the story in usually a terrible fashion. Characters like Neji Hyuga, a decently important but very strong character getting killed by a random rod, or characters like Kite, who don't even get to see the full extent of their abilities before getting one-tapped by Pito, and even the GOAT Tien. who was, believe it or not, a main antagonist to the series before getting reduced to a teacher. Like really, this man was boxing with planetary threats, and now he's reduced to a 9-to-5 worker. I couldn't even imagine how that would feel for like a series character or something. Anyway, Hajime no Ippo has a very deep catalogue of characters that vary in use, potential and relevancy. And this is what I think has become missing from shows nowadays. Not to sound like an old head, but in newer gen animes, when a character is introduced to a story, you can typically tell not what their role is per se, but their ceiling. The maximum you can see the character doing in the situation that they've been put in before usually being written out of their story, like what I was saying before. And that's what I think has led to more and more new gen animes becoming, well, staler over time. Though Ippo is the protagonist, there are characters like Takamura, Sendo, Mashiba, Aokimura, Vogue, Itadaki and Miyata, which George Morikawa is able to freely switch between because he actively incorporates them throughout the anime's plot. So when Ippo is temporarily out of the story or anime, it doesn't feel like filler or side arc. But there are also characters like Kamugawa, Nekota, Hiriko, Kumi, and so many other characters who aren't main focuses, but their actions and impressions on the HMI cast, it affects said side characters on a way that other shows just don't. And when both misdirection and good character relevance are used together in unison in a show like this, it elevates it past its peers for me, and that's what I think makes Hajime no Ippo almost the perfect show. Once again, I am not trying to bring any hate to these anime shows, comics, or fan bases. I'm just trying to talk about some stuff that was on my mind. If you have a different POV on the topic or situation, low-key actually tell me. I love reading these type of comments, and it's not only a one-way thing. As it improves my content as well from the different perspectives, it also gives me a great pastime, so you could say it's a win-win situation. And right before we leave, I just want to say we did it. Thank y'all so much for the likes, comments and subscriptions. I'm at 300 freaking subscribers. At the time of making this vid, it's probably more by the time I release this shit, so it's gonna be crazy. And it really does mean the world to me, especially to all those who gave me suggestions and shit to fix on my videos. Truly, this shit is crazy. When I first made this channel, I made a pact with my friends that I would get to 500, trying to push myself and that type shit. And I'm literally more than halfway there already. So once again, thank y'all so much. I got so much more I want to cover, so trust I'm not only gonna cover Hajime no Ippo, even though I know that's my cash cow right now and y'all love that shit, which I still really want to cover. There's so much other stuff I also want to cover. Shows, TV shows, comics, anime, manhwa, etc. There's so much shit I want to talk about, and I just love to talk and listen to y'all, so it really is what I said at the beginning, a win-win type situation for me. And anyway, like I just said, tell me your thoughts, comment on the matter. Do you think there's another show that is basically more perfect than Hajime no Ippo? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. It really is something I love to hear in the comments, seeing it so active. That shit really makes my day. So once again, I'm so sorry about the late video. Trust there's gonna be a lot of more other projects I'm still working on. But for now,
always remember these words. Work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. That is the Turtle Hermit.